Welcome to another Inside Athletics episode, and this week we have the privilege of being joined by the 60-meter world indoor champion from Great Britain, Richard Kilty. Welcome to the program. Tell me about, I was there in Poland to watch you win your world indoor title, and I'm watching through the rounds, I'm like, they're not watching for this kid. Did you go into that final in Poland feeling like, no, I have no pressure, because everybody is worried about the bigger guns?
Yeah, you know, after the heat, I felt really good. The semi-final, I felt really good, and I think it helped that Nestor beat me in the semi-final because then all eyes were on him and Bracey and possibly Dwayne. So the pressure was off me, but deep down I knew that I had what it takes to win, and I was feeling great. I didn't run a great semi-final, but I knew if I executed properly, I could surprise some people. So the pressure was off me, and I was just out there to take them on, and I felt, yeah, people weren't really looking at me to take the win.
Now, you have to know that there's been a lot of guys who have had really good 60-meter careers, but it didn't always translate to outdoors. Tell me what you're doing in training every day to sort of overcome that and making sure that your 60-meter prowess becomes prowess at 100 meters as well.
Yeah, so as you say, you've had a lot of guys who've excelled indoors, like Jason Gardner, one of the guys I used to look up to when I was younger, and I used to notice when I was a kid that why is he winning indoors and not outdoors. So in training right now we're working on speed endurance, top end speed work, so we're doing lots of 150s, 200s, 250s still. So right now in training I'm probably not as sharp as I could be around 10-1 last week,
right.
But that's with still doing a lot of the longer work to build on my endurance. But once I'm sharpened up and with that speed endurance base there, hopefully, you know, I can come through and transition that 60-meter speed to the 100 meters.
Now, a lot of track and field fans are not familiar with your story. You grew up kind of tough on the streets, and for you, track and field was sort of an escape from that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, you know, I grew up in a really bad area, a ghetto as such, and all my friends, all my family, they were in and out of jail all the time, so track and field was my way out, you know, and I seen it as a really big opportunity. I had a great talent. I was national junior champion, and I didn't have great opportunities. I had no coach, there wasn't a track nearby, and I was still, you know, running really quick times when I was a kid. So growing up tough, that helps in my sport, I think, because I don't fear nothing when I'm against my rivals. You know, they're trying to play head games, none of that really works. So I think that's helped me become a better athlete today, growing up tough and being unprivileged and not having a lot from when I was a kid. It makes me a little bit more hungry than the rest, I think.
And there's probably a young kid in a rough neighborhood in Great Britain watching this now thinking, yeah, but that seems like it's, you know, what you do for a living now requires discipline and focus and hard work. Why should that kid go in the direction you went and not continue on that path? What would you say to him?
Yeah, I'd say that there's always a way out for everybody, you know, no matter where you're from. You've got two legs. Track and field's a sport where you don't need to start with a lot of money, you know. You can run in barefoot or whatever shoes you want. As long as you have the talent, you've got two legs, and given the opportunity, you can always go down. Everybody runs in high school, in school, so rather than go down the wrong path, just give it a go, and hopefully it gives the kids from deprived areas, not just in Great Britain, all around the world, some hope that no matter where you're from, you can do it.
Now, it was reported in the press recently that the British sprint team is not exactly getting along swimmingly. Tell me what is going on these days with the British Sprint Corps.
So that was a bit of a misprint by the press. We're actually all getting on well at the moment. Yeah, it was a little bit of a misprint. So right now we're all friendly. We're all trying to get on and make a strong 4x1 relay team, which we've got a lot of talent there at the moment in Great Britain with Adam Jamili, James Dassalou, Harry Kane-Zariti, James Ellington, and myself. We've got a lot of strong guys, and at the moment we're all getting along well, and we're trying to work together for the greater good. Now,
Great Britain has had some of the most awful luck in terms of getting that baton around in the 4x1. First of all, is that something that's talked about and discussed and analyzed, or is it something where you say, listen, that's what happened in the past, and our job is to sort of reverse what our fortunes have been in the last 10 years?
Yeah, I think we're just forgetting about that now. Last year in Moscow, we had a bad changeover, which was, you know, we have a great coach now, Rainer Ryder, who's came in and he's transformed the relays. It was just a little bit of bad luck and a little bit of bad timing like last year in Moscow, but we've had no problems since then, so we're just trying to forget about all the bad luck. This is a fresh team now. Everybody that's in the team, barring Dwayne, you know, we're fresh faces, and hopefully we're bringing a lot of enthusiasm into the team, and we're just all about looking forward now.
If you look at the podium in the last, certainly in the last Olympic Games, the guys who are on the podium for the 100 are guys who are sub-20, way sub-20 performance at 200 meters. How much of that have you noticed, and is that something that you're focused on, you know, becoming a better 200-meter runner as well?
Yeah, well, my 200-meter PB is 20.3 now, so I think it's something which I need to work on. I think I can push close to 20 seconds once I've run a couple more races, but yeah, I'm going to run more 200s. As you say, all the best sprinters in the world have always had great 100-meter and 200-meter PBs, even back to the days of Ewan Maurice, great 100-meter runners and 200-meter runners, and these days with the likes of Tyson Gay, Bolton, Blake, I believe you should be able to run a great 100 and 200, so it's something we're working on at the moment.
Now, when you were young, who were the British athletes that you looked up to and said, okay, this track and field thing, you know, I want to emulate this person? Who was your role model?
Well, when I first watched sprinting, it was actually Ewan Maurice. So Ewan Maurice were the two people that I looked up to. We had Dwayne. So Dwayne was the British guy, which we looked up to then, and it's pretty strange now that I'm now in the relay team with him, and I was lining up against him and so forth. So when I was 10 years old, I used to look at him like, oh, this is a superstar, you know, that's what I want to be like, and to now be lining up against him and beating him, you know, it's crazy.
Tell me what your goals are, both time-wise and in terms of, if we could fast forward to the end of your career,
yeah,
you will want to have accomplished what specifically?
Yeah, I just want to win a medal in every championships, whether that be in the 100, 200 or the relay, preferably individuals, which I don't want to just become a relay runner, so hopefully leave with Olympic, World Championship, Commonwealth and European. I've already got the world indoors, so hopefully just pick up more medals and hopefully broke 10 seconds and 20 seconds in the 200 metres.
Well, all the best to you. I was really impressed by your run in Poland. I think that you certainly have what it takes upstairs to survive this very tough game. All the best to you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.